Some people like to pander to a side that fills their pockets, even if they're being disingenuous about it. I, Tree of Logic, who is an independent right-winger, see liars for who they are. And one thing I can tell about Tim Pool is that he does have favoritism to the right, even though he keeps telling people that he's left-leaning and the left libertarian and the left has gone crazy and he's going to go attack them. But he doesn't really call out the right, I notice. He tends to, avoid that subject because, well, he doesn't want to make his financial side angry because that's less money for him. But leave it to me to tell you the truth. Now, I'm going to tell you who's really responsible for Kyle Kushuv being banned or having his admission to Harvard rescinded. As a matter of fact, those of you who are keeping up with my videos saw me expose this last month. Okay, so for those of you who haven't found out, Kyle Kushuv announced on Twitter that his admission to Harvard has been rescinded, and everybody like Tim Pool and all the others are blaming the left. Let me just tell you something. Let me tell you something. It's easy to go against the left. It's easy to attack the left because, in my opinion, they are low-hanging fruit. If you really want to attack somebody and that you can actually get at them, and you have to have tough skin and you have to have the guts, it's going after the right. Okay, but you have to go after the right with facts. You just can't go after them because, you just orange man bad. You can't do that. You have to go after them with facts. So I talked about Kyle Kushuv. There was a campaign that was going against him, and it didn't start on the left. It started on the right. Allow me to show you who started it. This heifer, Laura Loomer. You guys remember I showed you all this? I showed you this last month. I said, Laura Loomer has started a campaign to get Kyle Kushuv deplatformed and have his admission revoked. Now, I want you to understand that the Republicans and these conservatives who are constantly talking about free speech, let me tell you something. They don't care about free speech. They want to do things to actually take away your free speech. Don't believe me? Look at what Candace said yesterday, okay? If I were president, the punishment for burning the U.S. flag would be the renunciation of citizenship. No jail time, no fine, simply 1 year to liquidate your assets and get the hell out of the country. How is that constitutional? To me, this is true fascism. And I'm telling you, these people are not for the free speech that they cry about. Hey, free speech! You take it away! Please. These people want to take away your free speech, your First Amendment right, just like the left did. The left and the right, as far as I'm concerned, are two sides of the same coin. Then she says, in exchange, we extend citizenship to hard-working legal immigrants. Whatever happened to America first? Yeah, American first. Boy, I swear, she loves the taste of Trump's peanut in her mouth. But anyway, getting back to this stupid heifer right here. So I told you how she, once again, Laura Loomer, she's all for deplatforming anyone with a different opinion than hers. She's all for deplatforming and taking away freedom of speech or punishing people who say mean words. Okay? And she likes to virtue signal to black folks. She loves this pandering to blacks. Okay? That's just amazing that these people on the right love to use black people as an excuse to show their hypocrisy. I read this to you guys last month, so I'm going to read it to you again. This came from Loomer on this what is this new site that they're on? Telegram, right? It's a new place where all the bad people go. Anyway, so she says, I honestly think his acceptance into Harvard should be revoked. Wait a minute, Laura, I thought you were for free speech. You're not for free speech. You don't care. You for your free speech, but if anybody else say anything you don't like, you get a hissy fit and talk about how your life is ruined. There she goes. There are kids who work their ass off and don't use the death of 17 people as a resume holder, and kids who don't call black people the N-word who deserve to go to Harvard. I much rather a poor black student get Kyle's position at Harvard. Boy, that pandering, man. I tell you, these inbreds love to pander. In fact, I feel so strongly about the N-word that I am going to personally contact Harvard and let them know that as a conservative, I condemn Kyle and they should too. So remember now, when these people on the right start talking about free speech, when they start talking about your First Amendment, I want you to remember this, okay? Here we go. Remember this, and then remember this. Trump supporters are not true conservatives. Trump supporters are not true Republicans. They too are social justice warriors who happen to be part of a cult called the MAGA movement. The MAGA movement, who are just Trump supporters who want to take away First Amendment rights. They want to basically enforce fascism. They are fascists. These people, look, this is the reason why this heifer loves Nazis, okay, and Hitler, all right? And this heifer right here loves to be around Nazis and Hitler. They are a fraud. Let me continue reading this. I'm about to get excited. Anyway, so she goes, join me in telling Harvard to give Kyle Kushuv's admission spot to a hard-working black student instead. Lots of black conservatives out there who would love an Ivy League education. Let's make this happen. Save the blacks! Save the blacks! These crackers love to use black people, you know what I'm saying, as their game piece to one up on each other. That's the thing about it, all right? And Laura Loomer is an SJW. I told you she acts like an SJW. We sit up here and people on the right will sit up here and condemn the actions of the left. But when somebody on our side does it, oh, it's okay. We give them a green pass. Okay. That's called hypocrisy. So then she proceeds to give the actual phone number to the Harvard College admission. She gives their address. And then she says, contact these people and tell them to get rid of Kyle Kushuv admission, and boing, look what happens. So here's my thing. Why are we blaming the left for something that somebody, quote unquote, on the right has done, has spearheaded? She started this campaign. But here's my point. My point is not whether Kyle Kushuv was right to use the N-word. It's none of that. What I'm showing you here is the hypocrisy. I'm showing you that these people who are saying that they are conservatives do not support free speech. They do not support the Constitution. They too are for deplatforming. They too are fascists. They point the finger at the left and say that the left are really fascists. But I noticed that all of the Trump supporters themselves are indeed fascists. They like to deplatform you. They like to take away your First Amendment rights. And they like to punish you because you said mean things. Please understand me, folks. The left is no better than, the right is no better than the left. And my thing is that how come, here's a good question, how come people who tend to be, truth tellers like Tim Pool don't really call the right out on their fuckery? It makes you think, who's really out here telling the truth? Now, the right hates me. They call me mean words, but they can never prove me wrong. Interesting, isn't it? Anyway, I haven't forgotten about part 2 of the Central Park 5. I'm working on that right now, but this right here just pissed me off so bad, I had to talk about it. Right. I just had to throw up a video. But I promise the next video will be the part 2 and the conclusion of the Central Park 5. And then after that, I can go back to attacking the Turning Point USA Negro League. All right, this is Tree from Tree of Logic. I'll talk to you guys later.